Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Critchlow. I'm a consultant psychiatrist. I've also been a church pastor, and I'm doing a series of talks on the topic of depression. And today I want to look a little bit at what are some of the treatments in terms of talking to people and helping them by talking to them. What are the talking treatments for depression? And one of those is called cognitive behavior therapy. Let me try and give you a quick illustration. Imagine I go into my office at work and I greet my secretary and I say to her, "Good morning," and I wave at her and she doesn't respond in any way. And she just looks at the desk. Now I might begin to think, particularly if I'm a little bit down, she doesn't like me. Oh dear. Maybe I'm not a very good doctor. Oh dear. Maybe I better just go and hide in my office all day and not see people today. I feel quite low and down. Maybe I've chosen the wrong career. Maybe I need to go and do something else in my life. Now you might say, well, that's not very sensible to think that way. But the problem is that when you're feeling a little bit down and somebody doesn't respond to you in the right way, you can imagine that there's something wrong with you. Of course, what I should have done in that situation is ask my secretary, "Did you hear me? I greeted you. Are you okay?" And then she might say, "Well, I've just had a terrible phone call. Sorry I didn't hear you. Sorry I was preoccupied with something. I had a bad night. The children were up all night," etc. And I would then be fine because I would know the problem wasn't with me in any way. And that would be a normal way to respond. But you see, there is a connection between our thinking, our mood, how we feel, and our behavior. And you see, that connection is very clear. You see, I thought that she didn't hear me. And so I responded by feeling low and down because I thought she didn't like me. And then I responded by saying, "I'm going to stay in my office all day." So the connection was there between the way I thought and then the way I felt in my mind, in my head, and then the way I responded in my behavior. So thought, emotion, behavior. And cognitive behavior therapy helps somebody to unravel that by looking closely at the way somebody is thinking. And as they think something, then tackling it on the level of their thinking and helping them to think clearly and rationally and not make false conclusions can be very helpful treatment. And that is part of what cognitive behavior therapy is about. There are other forms of therapy. For example, interpersonal therapy helps somebody look at the way they're responding and their relationships with others and helps that. And that can be extremely helpful in depression as well. Another thing that is very useful is helping people with their activities, what we call activity scheduling. You see, sometimes people will, when they get depressed, do nothing. They will sit by themselves. They'll be in their own room and they will not be doing anything at all. And that is very unhelpful in depression. And so giving them some things to do, scheduling some activities that they would usually have enjoyed, scheduling some activities that will give them a sense of achievement, that kind of approach can be very helpful in depression. Of course, in the Bible too, we read about how to think properly. And this is what Paul says. He says this in Philippians chapter 4. He says, "Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good repute, if there's any excellence and anything worthy of praise, dwell on these things." He's there teaching us how to think. And if we think positively in that kind of way, thinking on the good things, thinking on the true things, thinking on things that are pure and honest and good, then actually we will find that things get a little bit easier. And if we can change our thoughts, then sometimes our emotions will respond and we can actually order our behavior in a new way. Well, I hope that's helpful to you today. Thank you.